How's it going, guys? We got One Piece chapter 1074, Mark III. The pacifistas are back, baby, and they're stronger than ever. We got the Mark III unit right here. So all those pacifistas you used to see in the movies, yeah, I'm talking about those 80s freaking glam metal ones, yeah. They're canon now, sort of. Not really, but you get what I mean. Let's talk about the cover page real quick. We got Gangster Gastino punching Queen in the face. Queen's choking out Judge. And then we got Judge stabbing Gangster Gastino with an epic, futuristic devil spear, right? Obviously, it's gonna have no effect because Gangster Gastino is a gas user. So it's not gonna do anything, right? We know this because he's a Logia. So let's talk about these pacifistas, right? These pacifistas seem to have some kind of ability that is a mix of possibly multiple abilities, right? Maybe. Or it is a paw fruit power we have yet to see. It seems to be some kind of paw bubble, right? Like, the paw fruit has the ability to repel attacks and things like that. It looks like you can actually stretch it out and create like a wall or a shield. Because we have an army of these things, and I love that my boy Sentomaru got the love he deserves. I've always been a big fan of Sentomaru. If you guys have been keeping up with my content, you guys know I'm a Sentomaru stan, right? He is my boy. I really like his character. I think he's a lot of fun. I think he's underutilized, right? But when we do see him, it's always pretty special. It's a lot of fun. He's the first guy to show us, advanced, Rio or whatever, or the whole repelling thing with hockey. So I think that's pretty epic. The fact that he carries around a giant axe and wears, boxer briefs on an apron, I think it's really sick. I love his design. I love his little female haircut. I think he looks really funny. So anyway, we get Sentomaru. He's giving orders to the Mark III pacifistas that they need to protect Vegapunk at all costs. He is their creator. He is their father. And they need to let him get off this island. We need to get off this island, Luffy. We really do. We gotta get off this island because Vegapunk is becoming much longer than most people have anticipated. I'm not complaining because I like what I'm watching. I like what I'm seeing. What Oda's doing with this arc is phenomenal. I don't think anybody expected it to get this good this quickly. It's just been like banger after banger chapter. They gotta get off this island at some point, right? I'm pretty sure in the next couple chapters we're gonna start sailing away, and then we're gonna run into Saturn and Kizaru, because that is what I'm predicting is gonna happen. I think we're gonna see Saturn and Kizaru versus Luffy and the Straw Hats and the Vegapunks most likely. Unless there's some kind of twist where we will get to that in a bit. But yeah, man, these Mark IIIs look serious. They got some new abilities. They're not as weak and fragile as the pacifistas back at Marineford, right? So that's something to look forward to. That's exciting. We get some cool, epic moments. We get some epic panels, better yet, of the Straw Hats, of the Vegapunks, everybody kind of hanging out. We got York doing her thing, right? And then we got Stussy, Zorro, and Brook with their new outfits. They look epic. Zorro, everybody's saying it's the best fit he's ever had. I think it's up there. I think it's like top 5. I really dig the fit. When I first saw it, it kind of took a little while to grow on me, right? Because it felt very feminine, like the bodysuit. But then like the jacket, the boots, the swords, it completes the look, right? If it was just a bodysuit, it looks so whack. But the whole thing completes the look. I think he looks pretty sick now. So there's still a traitor in the midst, right? I thought it was Edison. I still have a feeling it's probably him, or maybe someone we've never seen before. It would be wild if it's just Shaka, like the person nobody expects. That would be pretty wild too. But I don't know. Something tells me it's Edison or Pythagoras, right? Maybe. I feel like they look too similar and generic for them to be like extremely important, right? Because I feel like Oda likes to keep like his best looks for characters that are going to be around for a long time. Usually characters that look a little bit more generic looking usually get tossed away pretty quickly. So I don't know. I feel like Edison and Pythagoras both look kind of they're kind of mid design. So I don't know. I have a feeling it's one of them. I'm leaning more towards Edison, the little one, but we'll see. We'll see what happens in the future of One Piece betrayals. So let's slow down a little bit. What do the Straw Hats need to do at this very moment? They need to find Vegapunk and Jewelry Bonnie. They're missing right now, and the Straw Hats need to find them. How are they gonna find them? With the help of Zorro and his epic nose for finding things. I'm just kidding. No, Zorro's not allowed to search. He's not allowed to search for anybody. He is staying put with Luffy, and it was a great scene. I love that moment. We got Sanji you know, throwing shade at Zorro. We got Robin, right? She's like, just be a deer and wait, okay? Just wait right here with Luffy. We'll find Vegapunk. You don't move a muscle, okay? Love that scene. It was hilarious. I also love the panel of Luffy and Zorro, you know, kind of hanging out, talking about Water 7. And we got, you know, Kaku and Lucci just laid out, right? Just passed out. They got knocked out, and they probably got some sea stone prison handcuffs, right? We could assume so. Love that scene. You already know that in the anime, they're gonna give us like an 18-minute flashback about Water 7, and then the last 2 minutes is gonna be like Luffy punching Kaido again or something like that. I don't know. But it feels like every anime episode is just that. It's just like flashbacks and then really great animation for like 45 seconds, and then it's like to be continued, and it's like, oh my god, that was amazing. Can't wait for the next episode. Then it's like, you know, flashbacks, you know, 55 seconds of great animation, right? I'm just kidding. I love the anime. It's been really good lately, actually, but it does seem to be kind of formulaic, though. You gotta admit. Back to the chapter, we get the scenes of Bonnie entering Kuma's flashback. So we're getting little bits of Kuma's flashback. And let me pause here because this is something that I've been kind of talking about a little bit throughout my chapter reviews that I've noticed. And I have a feeling that the pacing in the anime for the Vegapunk arc is going to be some of the best One Piece pacing we've ever seen. Because I think one of my theories with the anime that why the pacing feels so slow sometimes, besides the obvious reasons that they don't want to catch up to the manga for you purists out there, I think that the fact that we're always in the same setting, it makes it feel like, oh my god, when is this gonna end, right? Like, when are we gonna go to the next scene or the next, you know, big moment? Like, we keep chasing like these big moments because we're stuck in that same setting on Onigashima Island, right? We barely ever get to jump around. Notice that the greatest episodes lately of One Piece, not the greatest, but I'll say definitely like the top 5, you know, top 10, are the episodes when we get to leave Wano, like when the whole episode with like the bounties being revealed, right? Remember, you know, a year ago or something like that, where Gold Roger's bounty, Whitebeard's bounty, everybody's bounty got revealed. That was freaking epic, man. In the anime, that was so awesome, and it was such a simple episode, but it was just so great to finally leave Wano for a little bit. You know, we got to take a little vacation from Wano and do something else, go somewhere else. So something that I think we're going to see a lot of in the Vegapunk arc is that we're going to be jumping around to so many places, right? We're going to see the Blackbeard versus Law stuff. We're going to jump to the Blackbeard versus Boa Hancock stuff. We're going to jump to the G4 unit-based stuff. We're going to jump to, you know, Bonnie flashback stuff now, right? So we're just jumping all over the place as the arc's going on. And I think that means good, great things for the One Piece anime. But back to the Bonnie stuff, right? We get the flashback of baby Kuma, right? He's getting beat up by some adults. They're kind of giving me Celestial Dragon vibes, right? With the guy's like big ponytail. But who knows? I'm not sure what they are. But Bonnie's like overwhelmed by seeing her father get the living, you know, crap beat out of him. And she gets thrown out of the bubble. So she's out, but she knows she has to go back in. She knows that she needs to, if she wants to learn the truth, she has to have that resolve to, you know, stick around and see, you know, everything about Kuma's memories and learn the truth of the meaning behind everything he's done so far, which I really want to know. And something I also want to point out is that Kuma has just been getting the living crap beat out of him since birth, right? Like, every time we see him, he's destroyed. Like, he looks like he's on the verge of death every single time they show Kuma. And even when he was a kid, it was no different. He's always, like, about to die. Which maybe that's gonna be, like, his character arc, that he's always just been taking abuse for other people, right? Maybe he's always, like, he cares so much about others that he's willing to put his body on the line every time. So, I don't know. I thought that was pretty cool. All right, so the chapter ends with Pythagoras looking for Vegapunk, and then there's like a big explosion. Not sure what that's about. I saw some people say that he's the traitor because of this scene. I don't see that. I think that it probably means the opposite, that he's not the traitor, because why would he be talking to himself? Unless, like, he's playing, like, 4D chess, and he wants the cameras to like hear him talking to himself to make him look innocent. I don't know, but I think that'd be a little weird if that was the case. We then cut to the grand finale of the chapter. We got Big News Morgans back in this B, and like I was saying earlier, like we're jumping around to different parts of the world as the chapter, you know, unfolds, right? We even, like last chapter, we even cut to, you know, Saint J, Garcia, Saturn, and Kizaru on a ship, right? We know that scene in the anime is probably going to be like 5 minutes. It's going to be like a little bit dragged out. It's not going to be, you know, one page. It's going to be, you know, they're going to flesh out that scene a little better. And that's what the anime does so well, is that it fleshes out certain scenes that we really want to see fleshed out. But sometimes it fleshes out scenes that we don't really care that much about. Like Luffy running through Onigashima for 49 episodes, right? Like we don't really care that much about seeing Luffy running, you know, for 5 minutes an episode, just running upstairs, running through hallways, punching the numbers, punching the, you know, the beast pirates, whatever. We don't want to see that for that long. But a scene of Saint J. Garcia Saturn, I want to see that for like, you know, 45 minutes. That'd be awesome. Anyway, we get the big reveal. Vivi is alive and well with Wapple, right? We haven't seen that guy in a long time. And they're alive and well, and they're hanging out with Big News Morgans, right? Who would have thought? I guess Sabo has some connections. Maybe he made a deal with Big News Morgans, right? Maybe they're friends. Maybe Big News Morgans is in cahoots with the Revolutionary Army. Who knows? But there has to be some connection there as to why Big News Morgans would go out of his way to take care of Vivi and Wapple, right? Very random. We know that Sabo was an integral part of being the one that saved Vivi, or kidnapped her, I guess. But I'm sure it was for good reasons, right? So we just got to see what happens next. I personally think that Sabo was you know, saving Vivi from Imu-sama. I think she was the one that was going to be destroyed. But why would Big News Morgans go out of his way to help her? Who is Big News Morgans? I saw a theory a long time ago that Big News Morgans is Scopper Gaban or something like that, and I was like, huh? Scopper Gaban? That's crazy talk. I don't know, but he might be somebody. He might be somebody from Roger's crew or something like that. I don't know. We got Big News Morgans, guys, and we got no freaking break next week. So Oda, we love you, buddy. Take care of yourself. But since there's no break next week, I know you must be doing pretty good. And, you know, thank you so much for the epicness, Oda. You are the man. Be grateful for God the Oda, right? And I love Big News Morgan's last words at the end. He says, besides, news isn't about fact or fiction. It's about entertainment. And, oh boy, does that resonate with today's media cycle, right? Today's media is all about entertainment. It's all about that clickbait stuff, right? That clickbait action. They want to get you mad about something, right? Every day they're trying to get you upset. And a lot of the times it's not entirely true, right? They spin things in a certain way to get a reaction out of people that read, you know, the article or the clickbaity, you know, title, thumbnail, things like that. So I like that Big News Morgans is, you know, he's very meta, right? He's a very meta character in One Piece, that he's aware of these things, right? He knows how the world works, he knows how the media works, and he is Big News Morgan. And I wonder why he is protecting Princess Vivi and Wapple. That, my friends, is the question of the week.